today we're going to interview our student Nathan Mayo, and we're going to ask some questions to him, and I hope that you can understand and follow up this interview. Okay, Nathan, where were you born?
I was born in Tangará da Serra, Mato Grosso,
When?
in 2004.
2004. Okay, so are you 16?
Yes.
Okay, nice. Is there any other city that you have lived before?
No, only São Paulo.
Always in São Paulo.
Yes.
Okay.
I went from Tangará to here when I was like 20 years old. 20,
12 years old.
12 days.
12 days old. Wow. A baby. Just born baby.
Just born there in
I see.
São Paulo.
What is the name of your mother and of your father?
My father is Gambo and my mother is in Indonesia.
Do you have any brother, sister?
Yes, I have one brother who is 8 years old.
I see. Great. What do you like to do when you were not studying?
I like to listen to music and I'm trying to learn how to play guitar. And I think that's pretty
Do you like
much
to play guitar?
Yes.
Great. Do you compose any songs?
I barely can play it. I'm learning from the zero.
Great. What subject at school do you like to study?
I like chemistry and math.
Chemistry and math.
Yes.
Do you think that they are difficult for you?
No, I don't think so.
I don't think
I really like it.
Now tell me, have you ever been to a foreign country like the United States or Canada?
I just went to Dominican Republic when I was 11 years old, I think. Yes.
And do they speak Spanish or English?
Spanish.
Spanish. I see.
But in the resort there were some people like French and German and all over the world.
I see.
Yes.
And nowadays, how many languages do you speak?
Only two, Portuguese and English. But I really would like to learn German.
German.
Yes.
Why do you want to learn German?
Because I
of your
want to
parents?
go to Germany.
I see.
Yes.
Is your father descendant from?
Yes, the father of my grandfather was German.
German.
Yes.
But he used to live in
Yes.
Germany.
He
Not-
lived in Germany.
But did he come to Brazil?
Yes. He came to Brazil when my grandfather was a child.
Child, yes. And where is your father from?
My father is from Rio Grande do Sul. Dr. Maurício Cardoso is the name of the city.
Does he speak German?
No, he used to when he was a child, but he forgot.
Oh,
Yes.
it's a pity. How about your brother? You said you have a brother, 10-year-old brother?
8 years old.
8-year-old brother. Can he speak any foreign language?
Not much, just a little bit of English.
English. From school?
Yes.
I see. Would you like to have a sister? If you could.
I can't imagine myself having a sister.
But what do you hear from any friend that has a sister?
I don't think
Is that okay to have a sister or not?
I think that's pretty much the same.
And how about new brothers?
No, I don't think so.
Only one is enough.
Yes, he allows this too much.
I used to have 4 brothers, and it was just like a soft war at home, because each one of us has a personality. It's not the same, but even when we fight, we love each other.
Yes.
Okay. Since how old you start to study a foreign language like English?
8 years old, I think.
8 years old.
Yes.
Okay. What is the most difficult for you when you study a foreign language?
I think it's speaking.
Speaking.
Yes. And doing dialogue.
Okay. Let me tell you one experience that maybe can work with you. Because in any language that you want to learn, you have to have 4 skills. First, you have to listen to the foreign language. When you listen to the foreign language, you can practice how to speak the language, even with yourself. And you have to read in that foreign language in order to write in foreign language. So you have 4 skills: listening, speaking, writing, and reading and writing. If you do that, you can learn much more. And this is something for English language too. You have to listen and repeat, or if you don't have anyone to talk to you, you can talk to yourself, even in your mind. I used to do that because when I was 14 years old, I didn't have anyone to talk to me. So I used to talk to myself. I used to create different situations to practice English with myself. Because I used to think, well, one day I may have that situation. So for me, it's better to practice now with myself, because when it happens, I'll be okay to speak in English. So this is a good clue for you.
Yes.
And you said that you would like to learn German, but would you like to visit Germany?
Yes.
Do you have any name of the city in Germany?
No, I just think of a small farm city or something like that.
I see. You said that you were part of a group that talks to a lot of young from all over the world.
It's Interact. We are a group of young people between 12 and 18 years old. We are supported by Rotary, and we do. I'm an international student service director, so I talk to a lot of people from all around the world.
Yes. And what do you think about the level of English students?
I didn't understand what
Do you think that the level of English language that these students from all over the world have?
I think it's pretty much good, but the most difficult things are the accents, especially with Asian people, like Indians and New Zealanders.
Indonesian. And the Arabic people too, they have a great
Egyptians.
Egyptians, yes. I used to speak to this kind of people from all over the world. And I also think that the Asian people have more difficulty to speak English because some sounds they cannot pronounce. For example, they used to have the letter L instead of R. And because of these different accents, if you do not practice to listen to that accent, maybe there is a misunderstanding in the words, the meaning of the words. It will be very, very difficult for the conversation. A simple sentence, for example, I like to visit Brazil. Some of them cannot speak that sound. Maybe they said, I like to visit Brazil, but not the
Yes.
They have different accents, and most of them prefer to study the British English.
And that's easier to them.
Yeah, easy for them. But if you have a conversation with someone who can speak the British English, do you think that it's more difficult to understand or easier to understand?
I think the British English is pretty much easier because it's the cleanest sound. The American English is like an accent for the British English.
Yeah, I see. And during centuries of history, you can see that the original British English has been transformed into different accents. As I said, the American accent is very different. Even in the United States, you have very, very different accents that maybe someone from California cannot understand someone from Texas because they have different accents. But just if you listen to some radio or different songs or interviews on TV or watching some videos on YouTube, is the only thing that you have to practice in order to understand. Because when you speak English, we have the obligation to understand all accents in the world. So the only way to learn that is listening to them. I used to work with Filipinos and Chinese and Indonesian, and it's very funny the way they speak, because some letters are different. The way that you used to learn at school or some English courses is completely different from what you are used to listen to. So, for example, they would say, I have a friend, instead of saying I have some friends. The tone is different, that accent. Even with those people from Africa and from Arabic or Greek, German, because the accent, I think that the accent is stronger. The Russian people, for example, they use the R very much, like Russian people. I like to speak to Russian people, Brazilian people, and we are not used to this kind of sound. We as Brazilian, sometimes we have some difficulties to speak some words in English, including those ones that have to use the tip of the tongue between the teeth, like mom. And some people are shy to speak that. But if you do not practice to speak that way, you will never be fluent in English. We are talking about American English or British English, but both, we have to know how to do it. And how about the English that you study at school? Only basic things or more advanced?
In school, we study more the grammar and writing, maybe not so much the sounds of how to listen. It's pretty much just write and read.
And you know that's important to know the phonetics of the English. Once one letter has 5 or 6 different sounds. Maybe one letter has no sounds. And inside a word, the letter may change. For example, if you hear the British English speaking butter, it's totally different from listening to the American speaking butter, because the sound has been changed from the to r, butter, and the letter ER in the final part of the words in the British English, they used to speak like R, like water. But in American English, you just listen water. It's completely different. Do you think that this is difficult for you when you are speaking to someone from different countries to understand?
I think when you know that the person is from British or in English, you just configure your brain to listen to that way. I think that's no big problem.
I see. What kind of advice would you give for students that want to be fluent in English?
Not to be trapped in the grammar rules, just talking and listening. I think that's pretty much easier instead of learning how to write and read.
Just the grammar points.
Yes.
Yeah, because you know that grammar are full of